Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sipping your morning coffee, and a quiet thought creeps in. What if I'd done things differently? Maybe you think about the trips you never took, the hobbies you put off, or the moments you let slip by because life always seemed to get in the way. It's a feeling we all get sometimes, especially as we move into our later years. But what if there was one thing, one big regret, that thousands of people over 80 wish they'd tackled sooner? Something so simple, yet so powerful, it could have changed the way they live their golden years? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Based on a survey of 1,000 people over 80, we're going to uncover the number one thing seniors regret not doing sooner and share 5 practical ways you can act on it now to live with more joy, purpose, and peace. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Surveys can feel a bit distant, like numbers on a page. But these are real people, just like you and me, sharing their heartfelt reflections after decades of life's ups and downs. When they were asked, "What's the one thing you wish you'd done sooner?" the answers weren't about chasing fame or fortune. They weren't about buying a bigger house or working harder. Overwhelmingly, the top regret was not prioritizing their health and well-being earlier in life. It wasn't just about physical health, though that's a big part of it. It was about nurturing their minds, bodies, and spirits in a way that would have let them live more fully at every age. Why does this matter for you? Because no matter where you are right now, whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, it's never too late to make small, meaningful changes that can transform how you feel every single day. The folks in this survey didn't have a magic formula, but they did have wisdom to share. Start now, and you'll thank yourself later. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 practical habits you can start today to avoid this regret and live your best life. These aren't complicated or expensive tricks. They're simple, doable steps that fit into your routine. Whether you're busy with grandkids, enjoying retirement, or just looking to feel a little more like yourself again. Let's get started with the first habit. The first habit is all about moving your body in a way that feels good. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or signing up for a gym membership you'll never use. The seniors in the survey often wish they'd found ways to stay active that they actually enjoyed. For example, take Margaret, a woman in her 80s who shared her story. She spent years thinking exercise meant sweating it out in a gym, which she hated. But in her 70s, she discovered walking with a friend in her neighborhood. It wasn't just about the steps. It was the laughter, the fresh air, the feeling of being alive. She told the survey team, "If I'd known how much joy a daily walk could bring, I'd have started decades ago." The key here is finding movement that sparks joy for you. Maybe it's gardening, where you're bending and stretching while planting your favorite flowers. Or perhaps it's dancing to the music of your youth in your living room. Even chair yoga, which you can do right at home, can make a huge difference. The goal is to move your body for about 20 to 30 minutes most days in a way that leaves you smiling, not exhausted. Start small, maybe a 10-minute walk around the block, and build from there. You'll be amazed at how much more energy you have and how much stronger you feel. Now, let's talk about the second habit, feeding your body with care. The survey showed that many seniors regretted not paying attention to what they ate earlier in life, not because they wanted to look a certain way, but because they realized food is like fuel for everything else they wanted to do. Take John, an 85-year-old who loved his fast food dinners for years. He told the survey, "I didn't think it mattered until my energy crashed, and my doctor started talking about medications I didn't want to take." In his 70s, John started adding more vegetables and whole foods to his meals, and he couldn't believe the difference. He felt lighter, sharper, and more ready to enjoy his days. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Try adding one colorful vegetable to your plate each day, maybe some roasted carrots or a handful of spinach in your sandwich. Swap out soda for water a few times a week, or toss some berries into your morning cereal. These small changes add up, giving your body the nutrient it needs to keep you active and engaged. Think of it as a gift to your future self, so you can keep doing the things you love without feeling sluggish or weighed down. These first 2 habits, moving your body with joy and feeding it with care, are like the foundation of a house. They set you up for everything else. The beauty is, they're not about perfection. It's about making choices that feel good and sustainable for you. In the next part, we'll dive into the third habit, which is all about keeping your mind sharp and your heart full. It's something the seniors in the survey talked about with so much passion, and I can't wait to share it with you. For now, try picking one small action from what we covered, maybe a short walk or adding a veggie to dinner, and see how it feels. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next part of our journey together. Let's keep this conversation going, because we're building on something really special here. You've already heard about moving your body in ways that feel good and feeding it with care. Two habits that can make such a big difference in how you feel every day. Now, we're diving into the next two habits that came straight from the wisdom of those 1,000 people over 80 in our survey. These folks shared such heartfelt insights about what they wish they'd done sooner to live with more joy and purpose, and I'm excited to pass their advice on to you. Let's start with the third habit, which is all about keeping your mind sharp and engaged. The survey showed that so many seniors regretted not challenging their brains earlier in life. They didn't mean becoming scholars or solving math equations all day. They meant finding ways to keep their minds curious and active, because that curiosity kept them feeling young. Take Evelyn, an 82-year-old who shared her story. For years, she thought retirement meant relaxing on the couch with the TV. But she started to notice her memory wasn't as sharp, and she felt a bit foggy. Then, in her late 70s, she joined a local book club. It wasn't just about reading. It was the lively discussions, the new perspectives, the laughter with friends. She told the survey team, "I wish I'd known how much fun learning could be. It woke my brain up." The good news? You can start this habit right now, no matter your age. Try something that sparks your interest, like doing a daily crossword puzzle or playing a word game on your phone. If you love history, watch a documentary or borrow a book from the library about a time period you're curious about. Even learning a few words in a new language, maybe Italian for that dream trip you've always wanted, can be a fun way to keep your mind buzzing. The key is to pick something you enjoy, so it doesn't feel like a chore. Aim for just 10 or 15 minutes a day, and you'll notice how much clearer and more confident you feel. It's like giving your brain a little workout, just like you do for your body. Now, let's move on to the fourth habit, which is about nurturing your connections with others. This one hit home for so many in the survey. Time and again, they said they wish they'd spent more time building and keeping relationships that mattered, whether with family, friends, or even new people they met along the way. There was this one story from Robert, an 87-year-old who spent years focused on his career, thinking he'd have plenty of time for friends later. But when he retired, he felt lonely, like he'd let those bonds slip away. In his 70s, he started making an effort. He'd call an old buddy just to chat or invite a neighbor over for coffee. Those small moments made him feel connected and alive again. He said, "I didn't realize how much I needed people until I started reaching out." You don't have to throw big parties or be the life of the room to make this work. Start with something simple, like calling a family member you haven't spoken to in a while, or saying hello to someone at your local community center. If you're feeling adventurous, join a group that shares your interests, maybe a gardening club, a knitting circle, or even a volunteer group at a local animal shelter. These connections don't just lift your spirits. They give you a sense of belonging that can carry you through tough days. Try reaching out to one person this week, even if it's just a quick text or a smile to a neighbor. Those little moments add up to a life filled with warmth and meaning. These two habits, keeping your mind sharp and nurturing your connections, are like the heart and soul of a vibrant life. They're not about doing everything at once, but about making small, intentional choices that fit into your day. Maybe you'll try a puzzle this afternoon, or give a friend a call tonight. Whatever you choose, you're taking steps to avoid the regret so many seniors shared in that survey. We got one more habit to cover, and it's a powerful one that ties everything together. It's about finding peace and purpose in your everyday life, and I can't wait to share it with you. For now, think about one small way you can challenge your mind or connect with someone today. You're doing amazing, and I'll see you in the next part of our journey. We're in the home stretch now, and I'm so glad you're here with me as we wrap up this conversation about the number one thing seniors regret not doing sooner. We've already talked about moving your body with joy, feeding it with care, keeping your mind sharp, and nurturing those precious connections with others. These habits, drawn from the wisdom of 1,000 people over 80, are like pieces of a puzzle that come together to help you live with more energy, purpose, and happiness. Today, we're diving into the final habit, one that ties everything together and gives you a sense of peace in your everyday life. After that, we'll bring it all full circle with a little encouragement to keep you inspired. Let's get to it. The fifth habit is about finding moments of calm and purpose in your day. The survey showed that so many seniors wish they'd taken time earlier in life to slow down, reflect, and focus on what truly mattered to them. It wasn't about meditating for hours or chasing some big, lofty goal. It was about carving out small pockets of time to feel grounded and connected to themselves. Take Sarah, an 84-year-old who shared her story. For years, she was caught up in the hustle of raising kids and working, always putting her own needs last. She told the survey team, "I wish I'd give myself permission to pause, even for a few minutes, to just breathe and appreciate my life." In her 70s, Sarah started a simple routine. Every morning, she'd sit by her window with a cup of tea, watch the birds, and jot down one thing she was grateful for. That tiny habit changed everything. She felt calmer, more centered, and more ready to face her day. You can do this in a way that feels right for you. Maybe it's a quiet moment in the morning where you close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths, letting the worries slip away. Or perhaps it's writing in a journal. Nothing fancy, just a sentence or two about something that made you smile, like a kind word from a neighbor or the taste of your favorite meal. If faith is important to you, a short prayer or moment of reflection can be incredibly grounding. Even spending a few minutes tending to a houseplant or listening to a favorite song can be your way of hitting pause. The goal is to give yourself 5 or 10 minutes each day to feel present and connected to what matters most. It's like recharging your soul so you can show up fully for yourself and the people you love. Now, as we bring this all together, think about what these 5 habits, moving your body, eating with care, challenging your mind, connecting with others, and finding calm, have in common. They're all about taking small, intentional steps to care for yourself, not just for today, but for the years ahead. The seniors in that survey didn't regret missing out on big, flashy achievements. They wish they'd started these simple habits sooner because they realized how much they added up to a life filled with vitality and joy. The beautiful thing is, you're here right now, and that means you have the chance to start today. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe you'll take a short walk tomorrow, add a vegetable to your lunch, or call a friend this weekend. Maybe you'll try a puzzle or sit quietly with your thoughts for a few minutes. Each small choice is a step toward a future where you feel stronger, happier, and more at peace. I want you to know that you're not alone on this journey. These habits aren't about being perfect. They're about progress, and every little step counts. If you're feeling inspired, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one habit you're excited to try? Or maybe one you're already doing that's made a difference? Your story could inspire someone else watching this video. And if you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We're always sharing tips to help you live your best life at any age, and I'd love for you to be part of our community. As you go forward, remember this: you have the power to make every day a little brighter, a little fuller, just by taking care of yourself in these small, meaningful ways. Here's to living with joy, purpose, and no regrets. I'll see you in the next video.